All right, today we're going to talk about something you've probably seen a million times, but maybe don't really know. The humble olive. It's time to peel back the layers of this honestly incredible fruit.
So what if I told you that's not just some fancy line? It's all true. We think of the olive as, just a little appetizer, maybe a topping, but its real story is this fascinating mix of alchemy, survival, and ancient mystery that we're still figuring out today. So what are its secrets? That's exactly what we're about to find out. We're going to follow it all the way from a branch on a tree to your table, and way, way beyond.
Our first stop kicks off with a real head-scratcher, because olives are technically fruits, but they break pretty much every rule you'd expect from something in the fruit bowl.
And here it is, plain and simple, you just can't eat a raw olive. If you were to walk up to an olive tree, pick one, and take a bite, your body would reject it instantly. It's not just that it's unripe, it's so bitter it's basically inedible. So why this crazy defense mechanism?
Well, the culprit is this wild compound called oleuropein. It's one of the most bitter things found in all of nature. You can think of it as the olive tree's evolutionary armor, right? A chemical shield to protect its precious fruit. And for thousands of years, it worked like a charm, until we humans figured out a workaround.
And this brings us to the next chapter of the story, an alchemist's cure. We didn't beat this bitterness with fire or cooking. Nope, we used something way more clever and, honestly, way more patient.
I mean, just look at this transformation. It's wild. A raw olive can have a whopping 14% of its weight be pure oleuropein. But after curing, that number just plummets to basically nothing. This isn't a small change, it's a complete chemical rewrite of the fruit.
And this is the key. Olives are cured, not cooked. It's this slow, methodical dance between salt, time, and good bacteria. They all work together to just dismantle that bitter oleuropein molecule by molecule. Some of the old school methods can take up to 2 years. That makes it one of the slowest food transformations on the planet. Okay, let's bust a super common myth. Are green and black olives different types of olives? Nope, not at all. It's all about ripeness. A green olive is just a young, unripe olive. A black olive? That's the exact same fruit, just left on the tree to get fully ripe. You can even find green, purple, and black olives growing on the same tree at the same time. So if green and black olives aren't different varieties, how many actually are there? Get this, over 2,000. We might only see a few types at the store, but the actual genetic diversity of olives is just mind-blowing.
Okay, so from the fruit itself, let's move on to its most famous creation, olive oil. But as you're about to see, just calling it oil doesn't even begin to cover it.
You really have to change how you think about it. See, most vegetable oils need intense heat or chemical solvents to get them out. Extra virgin olive oil, on the other hand, is just made by cold pressing the olives. No heat, no chemicals. It's basically pure, fresh squeezed fruit juice. And that's why, just like fine wine, its flavor can be so different from one year to the next.
And, for most of human history, it was so much more than food. In ancient times, it was fuel. It gave off this clean, bright light in lamps. It was an award, more valuable than a medal for winning athletes. And it was straight-up currency. People paid taxes with it, funded armies with it, and used it for wedding dowries. It was the economic lifeblood of the whole Mediterranean.
I mean, seriously, let that sink in for a second. This wasn't just some cooking ingredient. It was a symbol of wealth and power. This quote just drives it home. Olive oil was a strategic resource, as critical to ancient empires as grain or steel.
But, the oil is only half the story. The tree itself, wow. The olive tree is one of the toughest, most incredibly long-lived things on our entire planet.
Take a look at this number. 3,000. What could that be? A battle? A date? What is that?
That's the age of a single tree. There's a 3,000-year-old olive tree in Crete that has watched entire civilizations rise and fall. The Minoans, the classical Greeks, the Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires. And get this, it still produces olives today. It's not just a tree, it's a living monument.
And what's truly brilliant about the olive is that absolutely nothing goes to waste. That leftover brine from the curing process, it's a secret weapon for modern chefs, totally packed with flavor, probiotics, and antioxidants. And the pits? They're an amazing biofuel, super dense. Ancient people used them for heat, and now they're making a comeback as a modern, eco-friendly energy source.
Okay, so for our last stop, let's get into the science behind why the olive has this legendary reputation for being so healthy. As we'll see, the magic isn't magic at all, it's pure chemistry. Its power comes from these things called polyphenols. And get this, they're from the same family as that super bitter all-European we started with. Once they're transformed, these compounds help reduce inflammation, they act as powerful antioxidants, and they're a huge reason for the incredible heart health and long lives we see in Mediterranean cultures.
And this isn't just some old folktale. The science is so solid that one specific polyphenol, hydroxytyrosol, is so potent that its health benefits are actually officially recognized by groups like the European Union. That's a huge stamp of scientific approval.
From a bitter, inedible fruit to this global symbol of peace, wealth, and health, the olive's journey is just unbelievable. It's a food that has been with us through everything, a quiet partner in human history that holds more secrets than we can even imagine. So the next time you see an olive, maybe you'll see it a little differently.